Today we're going to be reading some stories about the worst gifts ever given, and they will haunt your dreams.
I want to judge some people. That's what I'm here for.
I'll try to see if I can find some good in it.
Leslie's here to be positive. Are you two Reddit heads?
No.
I have gotten into Reddit in the last couple years because I like that you can really sort it by your interest.
First story, we're starting out with a bang. When I was a tween or a young teenager, I received something called a Bula ball. It was a contraption that you belted around your waist and the inflatable ball would swing around when you moved your hips. I believe they were trying to create something similar to a hula hoop, but it lacked any and all the fun and did not get played with at all. It's rough to see because it's old, but a commercial for the Bula ball.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Okay, America, let's Bula. Are you the fastest? The fattest?
Who's that guy?
Oh, the
Bula ball.
Oh, the nerd
I
likes
love
it
that
too.
nerds,
Even
babes,
the
and cops can enjoy it.
Venice?
Mario? Oh man.
You can Bula left.
Look at this.
All right. Bula lower.
Oh my
Even in
God.
prison.
a criminal?
How abstract it is.
Bula of a time.
We couldn't find the Bula ball anywhere. It doesn't exist. They don't make it anymore. I don't even know if they sold one of them. But our producer was able to cobble together her own homemade Bula ball.
Yes, I love
You want me to try it?
it.
Oh, I'm doing it!
He's bullying!
One, two, three. You got 3 bulas, 4 bulas.
Imagine you hear nothing but grunts as I...
Ben, can you Bula?
It's like...
Oh, there you go.
Oh, God! Watch your Uncle Bula! I'm confident someone's died using the Bula ball. That's an easy question.
I was given a Bula ball that somebody had recently died in.
You know what though? It almost makes it worse that it's a legitimate gift because the person wanted to make the recipient happy.
Yeah.
And they had to have known within a second of them trying to use it that they had failed.
Do it. Let me see you use it. And this one comes from AMC Tendies 42069.
I like that name. I don't know what I mean.
Instead of received, I'll switch to gave. I bought my whole family tickets to see James Brown live. Literally within minutes of them opening their presents, it was announced on the news Christmas morning that James Brown had died. This is like an unintentional bad gift, right?
Of course, the timing is unfortunate, but I do like to imagine that one beautiful Christmas morning, families around the nation had their Christmas music interrupted. I regret to inform you, this just
That's how I see it in my head.
Everyone, shut up!
All right, my MIL gave me a full-size bed to use for my son that her grandmother had just died in. Like 2 days prior.
Whoa! Did they change the sheets?
It even had bodily fluid stains
no!
from the corpse. But they cleaned it with Lysol.
Okay.
Edit. Wow, I never expected all the upvotes. Okay, backstory. The bed was bought 1 month prior to her death. It was bought so she could sleep her last couple years in comfort. The mattress is super nice and expensive. My in-laws are wealthy because they are incredibly cheap. So they're wealthy because they're cheap. They've saved so much money. When the old lady died so suddenly of natural causes, she was in her late 90s, they just couldn't bother throwing it away. So that's the cheapness, I guess. Since my son needed his first real bed, we were given the deathbed. I had it professionally cleaned before he even slept on it, and I still use a mattress cover. It's been almost 3 years now, and we still have it. My son will never know.
Yeah, I mean, that's good.
I mean, unless the ghost tells him.
I was gonna say, this is the perfect, sixth sense test, you know?
Yeah.
Does my son have the gift?
Right.
He can feel it because he's in tune,
The,
you know?
spirit.
Yeah!
So I have a very similar.
No, Aaron! Really?
You have a haunted bed?
Were you the boy in the story?
I see dead people. I was in middle school and we moved, like we had this lake house in Kentucky and we moved to a second house because we wanted like a small house in town. And we bought it from a woman who had just died and it was like an estate sale. I got all of her furniture. I don't think my parents told me until a few years later.
Do you wish you had known as a kid?
I don't think I would have cared, honestly.
Wow.
And it's really nice, like mid-century furniture, and now it's like,
Yeah.
like I'm glad I have it now.
Yeah.
How much time would have to pass between the death for you to feel okay about sleeping in that bed?
I think 2 days is a bit much.
That's
Maybe
quick.
5 business
Yeah.
days or something.
Like they're carrying the body out, and they're also taking the mattress into the moving truck.
They carried the mattress, they dumped the lady, and brought it right into this
It should
boy's
be
room.
longer than like a holiday weekend.
2 men in a truck and a hearse. This is a short one. I got a 2-faced bar of soap that said bum on one side and face on the other side.
Oh.
This was a gift given by a man to a man.
We have the soap.
Get the soap.
We got the American version.
Okay.
This
Butt.
is the butt face soap.
The face side is white because your face probably isn't nearly as dirty as the brown, filth-colored butt side.
The real engineering flaw is that you're gonna get the butt and the face when you go up the crack.
Yeah, because you will credit card swipe.
Yeah, swipe it.
Taint to top.
Cheek to cheek cleansing.
If someone is to give someone this minimum clearance bar of hygiene, I believe the message I would be receiving is, you clearly have nothing, you clearly do nothing, your butt smells terrible, your face looks and probably smells terrible. Do something about one of those 2 problem areas first.
You know, it had a little scent of cigarette. This next one comes with a picture.
I love pictures.
Tarsla3791 says, I got a taxidermied deer hoof with a candle holder stuck in where the candle would be. Only it's bad taxidermy, so it's constantly shedding a fine white powder on the table.
Oh,
It's like a
taxidermy?
dandruff. Oh, I can see the flakes.
it looks like it's rotting.
And she's got it on a black shelf, so you're really gonna
You're
see
really-
that dandruff.
Right in front of her books, which is a terrible place to put a candle. I don't personally engage in taxidermy. If I decide to become a serial killer, I will absolutely do it on my journey. I've seen the heads, so you can kind of point and be like, I murdered that. Isn't
Right.
that impressive?
This is a lovely room of death.
The foot of a deer, I don't know if it carries the gravitas.
Yes. What would you use a deer hoof for?
A doorstop?
Doorstop?
A doorstop?
Yeah.
Or like a shoehorn?
A bottle opener? This next one is a bit of a read. This is, I think, maybe my favorite one. A dead action figure of myself is the title of this. I was in the military, so my mother thought for some reason she should get me a little plastic soldier. This was already weird enough. However, she gives me this present in a gift bag and warns me before I open it, the dog chewed it.
Oh no!
Hope I still like it anyway. And I'm like, okay, no problem. Probably a gift card or whatever. Packaging will be messed up or whatever. No big deal. Nope. It's a military dude basically decapitated and chewed up by the dog. Nice thing to get your son before he's about to deploy. I just choked out a thanks and exited the premises as soon as I reasonably could. What the actual F? The fact that you would still gift it to somebody.
Yeah!
If you have to give the disclaimer, you
Yeah.
just don't give the gift.
It has happened on 2 separate Valentine's days where my boyfriend, ex-boyfriend now, was like, I tried to make you something and it didn't work, so I didn't bring it at all.
I did once get from a family member who's into crocheting. I opened it up and it was like the ball of yarn. It was like some needles. She's like, I'm gonna get to it.
I'm an Air Force brat. My dad was in the military, and I thank him for his service every morning when I wake up.
Do you mind if I get one in too? Do
What?
you mind if I get one in too?
Yeah, you want to fire off a thank you for your service, Ed?
Thank you for your service, Ed.
So my dad, wonderful man, he has been gifted at least 2 different military-style Ken dolls. As gifts for him, the potential, like, high that you might hit on giving an adult man a doll in the first place is kind of a cap already.
Yeah, that one's sad. This one's super random. When I was 8, my dad got me and my sister a packet of cheese and onion-flavored dried crickets. There was no explanation. LMAO.
Wait, how old? 8?
8. sell this.
Oh,
almost.
we totally do.
Get it?
Yeah.
Like we sell crickets that are flavored, and I'm kind of like, was this a Vat 19 fan that thought it was funny? Like we have the sour cream and onion. Like so,
Man.
it was probably this product. The kids didn't get it, so that's weird. Because if it was like a Vat 19 fan, they'd be, oh, I saw that from a video. That's
Yeah.
funny. Anybody want to try a cricket?
I'll do one. The trick is not to look at it.
I'm looking right at it, Ben.
When you wish upon a star. Ah!
Oh, that is crispy.
I'm out. I'm out on it.
For my 6th birthday, my aunt sent me a gold heart-shaped box lined with blue velvet. My name was engraved on the lid. It was beautiful. Inside was a dead Japanese beetle. There was a note on top that said, I saw this and it reminded me of you. We don't talk to Aunt Donna anymore.
No! Immediately, Aunt Donna kicks A. She's
not my
so
take.
Cool.
I don't know what a Japanese beetle
Now,
is.
this
also.
person, there's a comment here that may have kind of solved it. Is it possible she meant the box and somehow didn't know the beetle was inside? Because the box had the name on it. So then the poster did reply to that person. I would love to agree with you, but my mom called her asking if she knew a beetle got in, and she said, oh yes, I thought the beetle was so pretty and it reminded me of my niece. Did she find the dead beetle and was like, this reminds me of my niece, and then she like went and like crafted a box for the beetle? Or did she have the box already? It was engraved.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so it was like nice.
So you're saying maybe she like blew the budget on the box.
Right. Or was it like, I found this beetle and it deserves a box?
A beautiful box.
Customized to the exact specifications of this beetle carcass.
Like when you pick out a casket. This next one is, I just want your opinion.
Okay.
Because here at Vet 19, we sell a lot of weird gifts. If somebody gave this next item to you as a gift, what would you think?
Okay.
So this is the buttress pillow. You lay your head on it. It is very soft and jiggly.
Let me feel it again.
It's very nice.
Oh, you guys are creeps.
Depending on who gave it to me would make a big difference.
That's actually a
Yeah.
really
If my
important point.
father-in-law gave this to me, I would be very weirded out.
Can I borrow her
Oh,
for a
of course.
moment? My mother does a lot of crafting. If you craft, you know that it's like really important to have like a surface when you're sitting, not at a desk or table. And I know for a fact, after she got past the shock, she would tell me, this has been so great for when I'm quilting. Whoa!
I mean, I would love this gift. An autographed picture of not Elvis Presley, but an Elvis impersonator my aunt saw perform at a VFW. Did he autograph it as Elvis?
I
you
hope
think?
not.
Todd. One thing about this that I think is really funny is the idea of like you gifting somebody else your personal memory. Here's like me meeting a president or something and like giving it to somebody else. I like this one. I would have loved that gift. This one's terrible. I gave my sister a fart in a jar.
Okay.
Just a plain glass mason jar with do not open contains fart. Written in Sharpie on the side. Actually filled it too. The relatives still talk about how awesome the gift was.
Are you kidding me?
If you got it, would you open it? Of
course not.
Just because, like, what if? I don't
You just want to see if there's a fart in
Yeah, would you
Yeah,
be a
because
little
when you open it, it would go.
I imagine you open it and your hair gets pulled back a bit.
there? Somebody has another experience with this. This person says, one time I gave a girl a fart in a jar, but this just wasn't any fart in a jar. The gas emitted from this would melt the scalp of a buzzard. We were all swimmers, and Secret Santa was just something we all did before heading home for finals. I got a mason jar and filled it so it looked like a candle. I slapped a sticker on it from one of my roommates' Walmart candles. For 2 weeks, every time I was doing homework and had to fart, I did so in the jar.
That doesn't farts. Gases in jars don't work like that.
When she finally opened it to smell it, she effing exploded.
One part of that story, I know it's not the main part, but she said we were all swimmers as if that, like, explained
Right.
everything.
Classic swimmer. This person describes opening up the thing to fart in it and then going, I'll
Right.
stack another fart
Right.
on top of it later, as if the layers stayed and he was able to compound the
Right.
fart. That is the most boy logic.
We do sell a couple of products akin to this. straight up our liquid ass. I mean, I'm not gonna spray this stuff because it is rough. Now this is a straight up really good prank. The very top layer is good smelling wax, and once you get to this layer, it smells like farts. Another short one. Not sure if it's the weirdest or funniest or both, but I am a big fisherman, and my uncle once got me a fishing lure called the floater. It is a fishing lure that looks like a turtle.
Oh, no.
And guess what, gang? We found it! What kind of fish could eat this?
That doesn't really look like a turd.
This
The
is
plastic's like yellowed. I think.
such a thick and big poop.
It's such a weird lure, right? Like, because it's called the floater, so it's like more of a bobber. What do fish like? Bling. The floater hooks are so bling bling that if a fish had eyelids, they'd close them. Hooks of this caliber are razor sharp, as long as the razor is also sharp.
Oh! Okay, I don't know if you guys have ever worked with fishermen before, but they're hilarious.
Yeah, clearly. The number 2 lure that is number 1.
That's good. That's good.
Laziest.
And for that reason, I'm in.
You like that?
I'm out on the floater. It's dumb. I don't like it.
Float it on out of here. Get
Tell us
comfy.
a Christmas story, Papa.
It is a Christmas one.
Ah!
So I was dating a guy for a few months when Christmas rolled around. He had recently started a new job that required travel, and this was before smartphones and built-in GPS in your car. So I splurged a bit and got him a Garmin to help him find his way.
That's so nice.
Thoughtful, useful, but not too sentimental. It felt perfect for where the relationship was at the time. Due to schedules, we couldn't get together until a few days after Christmas. In my haste to go see him, I walked right out of the door without his gift. I didn't realize it until I got to his house and I felt terrible. But he said, "No worries, I'll give you your gifts now and I'll just get mine later." So he goes into the other room and comes back with 2 wrapped gifts. I noticed some of the paper was messed up, like it had been rewrapped. I carefully unwrapped the first package.
Oh my god.
It was an MMA magazine that had clearly been read.
No!
I do not like MMA, not even a little bit. Nor have I ever expressed interest in MMA, not once. He, on the other hand, loved all things
Oh,
MMA.
that's interesting. How that happened then.
Trying to move on, I politely thanked him, set down the magazine, and refocused on the next gift. I could tell it was a DVD from the shape of the package.
Okay.
And indeed, it was a DVD.
Okay.
A Forrest Gump DVD with the cellophane wrapper missing.
No!
Now, don't get me wrong. Forrest Gump is a solid choice.
It's a good movie.
Except I already owned Forrest Gump on DVD. Here I was, suddenly the proud owner of a second copy that appeared used. I again thanked him and sat there quietly, trying to wrap my head around how he could have arrived at the conclusion that a used magazine on a topic I didn't like and a secondhand DVD of something I already owned would make good Christmas gifts. He also got a little quiet, then sheepishly volunteered, "I got bored, so I watched the movie yesterday. I just stared. And then I hadn't seen that issue yet, so I went ahead and read through it. I think you'll really like it." I slowly responded, "So you got a magazine because you wanted to read it, and then you watched the movie that you got me because you were bored?" His only response was, "Well, yeah, I guess so." I left not long after. The next day, I returned the Garmin for a full refund.
Yeah! Heck
What I would have
yes!
done. Yeah.
About a week later, he called me and said he didn't think it was working out. "No problem," I said. "I don't think it's working out either." As we were wrapping up the call, expressing our well wishes and all that, he paused for a beat and said, "Hey,
No.
were you still gonna give me that Christmas present?"
Yes, the goal!
Thing number 1, he wasn't momentarily bored. Forrest Gump is a long movie. Thing number 2, I don't care what the year is, unless it was the year DVDs were invented. Of course she already had Forrest Gump. We all have Forrest Gump on DVD.
All right, everybody. Well, I hope you find your Japanese beetle that looks like you. And until next time on Reddit Reacts, if we do another one.
Bat19.com